What up, world? Nicholas Coriano here. I'm going to teach you guys about relative wealth today, what I've learned about relative wealth. If you have two people, there's two people. One is making $30,000 a year and one is making $150,000 a year. You would say that the guy or the woman making $150,000 a year is richer. What if I told you the guy making $30,000 a year was only working 10 hours a week? And the guy making $150,000 was working 80 hours a week. Now who's richer? If you do the math, it's $58 an hour for the guy making $30,000, and it's $36 an hour for the guy making $150,000. Who's richer now? If the guy that is making $30,000 lives in a location where it costs him $50 to go out to eat and take his partner out to eat, and the person that makes $150,000 goes out to eat and it costs him $100. Now who's richer, right? This is the idea of relative wealth. You know, the person with more money doesn't necessarily, or the person that makes more money doesn't necessarily have more money. It's the person with the relative wealth, right? So I'll give you another extreme example to kind of highlight this. What if I told you that I'm going to pay you $33 million a year to come work in Cheeseland? Cheese, we sell cheese, all kinds of cheese, Swiss cheese, mozzarella cheese, cheddar cheese, American cheese, French cheese. And I'm going to pay you $33 million. But every pound of cheese in Cheeseland costs $3 million. So you start realizing you're not really that rich, right? If you live in Cheeseland. So one of the biggest, I got this from a book called The 4-Hour Work Week. Sounds like such a scammy title, but it taught a lot about, it had this concept of if you can make dollars and spend pesos, right? Spend the currency that's cheaper, you'll have more value exchange for the money, which in turn could make you relatively more rich, right, than the other person making more money, or not have to work as many hours to live an equal lifestyle of the person working more hours. So I just want to introduce this concept. This has worked really well for me over the years. Also focusing on the idea of how much am I making per hour, not just in a job, but in your life, right? Whether you start a product or invest, the more you can accumulate per hour, the less you should have to work. So again, I wouldn't always be focused on, and in accounting they call this the bottom line, right? What's the bottom line or top line growth? Meaning, is your business, you can increase revenues in your lifestyle or in your business the same way with this relative wealth idea, right? Which is if you lower costs, you increase your wealth. If you increase your top line, which is your revenue, as long as you don't increase your expenses at the same rate, you're going to be relatively more wealthy. But I want you to think about this because, here I am in Herkimer, New York. If you guys have been following my journey, it's not a coincidence. I'm in a place where it's cheaper, right? I've experienced this through travel too, right? Where you can take $1,000 to a place like India and China and live an awesome life for a month. You live a very wealthy life, for a month. And that relative wealth is important because a lot of people want to live that dream lifestyle. And most of the time that dream lifestyle is pigeonholed by a geography or pigeonholed by, this dollar amount that you think you need to have. And that's not necessarily the case. So think about that in your, something I learned is something that served me really well is the idea that making more doesn't mean you're bringing home more, right? Bringing home more means you're bringing home more. I hope you guys are great. Hope you guys are fantastic. Have a great day. Follow me on YouTube for more videos, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. TheBusinessPlanningGuru.com if you want to get a hold of me. Have a great day, guys.